All right, y'all. We're gonna do a little shout out to the people that lost their lives in 9/11, man. From the first responders to the people that were in the structures or the fields that lost their life, from the people that, you know, the planes clashed into the structures they was in, even the ones that was on the planes, the plane that crashed into the ground by the Pentagon. Just everybody who was involved with that situation, man. The innocent people that was involved in that situation, man. Shout out to all of those people. Prayers go out to those people. Remember, 9/11. It was a tough day. I remember where I was at when all that went down. Just go to show you, man, that you got to be careful. How you move and who you befriend, because you could befriend somebody and listen to the wrong person, man, and something go faulty, man. I remember there was a story where I remember when they were showing it. I don't know if I'll try to find it now and see if I can play it. But there was a sister that was a security guard in one of the towers, and she was ushering people back into the building. Now, a plane had already crashed into the building, already explosion. She was saying, come back into the building, it's safer for you to be in there. Well, of course, obviously that building came all the way down, right? It finally buckled under that heat and the pressure and just the weight of it and the heat burning the corner blocks on each floor, and it just started buckling under its own weight. And that's exactly what happened. And many people perished listening to that sister, unfortunately. I mean, no shade on her. I mean, she thought she was doing the right thing. She thought she was doing the right thing by bringing them back into the building. But every minute of the day, man, you have to think for yourself. You got to take in the information that you're taking in, and then see if it works for you in your life, your setup. There ain't no cookie cutters out here, man. You know what I'm saying? The only cookie cutter is love. You know what I mean? You got to try and love who you can, while you can, because you never know. You think the people that went to work at those towers that day, they never thought they wasn't gonna never come home. Some of them people, man, they had the choice between burning up or jumping 100 stories off a building. Right? It's crazy. But see, this is when we gotta always be thinking, man, what's the worst? What would I do if the worst situation happened? Right? You out with your family, you out at the supermarket, and armed shooter comes in. What would you do? Do you know where all the exits are? Do you know where the bathrooms are? Do you know where you could hide? Do you know what you would do? I mean, see, we gotta, as men, I don't know about women, man. They should be thinking that too, especially if they're single. They're out there by themselves. But men, we got family, man. We got other people. See, a single person only got themselves to worry about. You, as a father or husband, you got other people you responsible for. You responsible. Unless you're a single parent. Most single people that ain't parents, they only got them to worry about. That's a lot in itself. But now when you add other people to worry about, now you gotta think even farther, right? You don't have the luxury of meeting people and accepting them at face value. Maybe your wife can. Oh, wasn't that person such a nice person? And you looking like, yeah, I'm still watching them though. But you're like, yeah, yeah. My wife used to always tell me, hey, why you always looking at everybody like that? Why you don't just, why you always got something to say afterwards? I said, because, but she know me now, man. This was young, we were younger, but she know me now. She know that's just the way he is. So You know what I mean? And she understand it's through the protection that I'm trying to provide for her and her babies and her children and her grandbabies. My chief thing is to make sure wherever I'm at, if the worst case scenario popped up, what would I do? Where would I go? Where would I usher everybody in? What would I do? Right? She know that's how my brain works. So she know a lot of times I might not be all into the fun and everybody, yeah. I probably will most of the time. But if I see somebody moving funny or with somebody with some funny energy, I could feel that energy. I'm going to have my eye on that person. Even though I might be involved in this, believe me, I'm looking at the corner of my eye. Well, if 9/11 didn't teach us anything, it teaches us that, expect the unexpected, right? We don't know what's going to happen, man. Nothing is promised to us. Nothing is promised to us. You're looking at your wife. You're looking at your children. You're looking at your sister. I got an aunt I got to call, right? I mean, we gotta call our people, man, because ain't nothing promised to us. We going around here thinking, oh, man, God going to give us another day. God may give you another day, but one day the type of food you eating might load up on you and cause you to, have a serious illness, right? I don't know what God made it so I got sick. No, God didn't make you so you got sick. God gave you a dietary plan. He sent people to you to tell you the truth. You don't want to hear it because you want to follow your tongue. Okay, well then, we got to stop blaming stuff on God, man. God is trying to help us not be in this situation where we fighting with each other. But some of us, man, the pride is so high, we just gonna do it anyway because I don't want to look bad in front of these people. And I don't want to look bad in front of these people. I don't want to look bad in front of these girls. I don't want to look bad in front of these girls. And it's crazy, man. Nothing is promised, family. Nothing is promised. You might not, wake up in the morning. Who knows, right? Russia might start a war with America tomorrow. Your whole life would change if Russia and they would get with China. And once they start that war, your whole life gonna change. Your whole life gonna change. You think you're paying them a lot of money now for a piece of bread, for a loaf of bread? A loaf of bread will cost you $50 at that point, right? You might get paid every other Friday. Now you getting paid every Friday, but America start a war with Russia and China step in? You think they ain't gonna embargo us? You think they ain't gonna... All of y'all getting all this stuff from Alibaba, that's over. That's over. You ain't getting nothing from China no more. So, I'm just saying, ain't nothing promised to us. Ain't nothing promised to us. Hopefully that'll never happen. But you never know. Expect the unexpected. Right? Should always prepare for the unexpected, but yet at the same time, live your life. Live your life. I'm not telling you to sit in your room covered up with fear, but live your life. But just know that anything can happen. And the best way to move around in a wicked society like we in today is to be prepared for almost any eventuality. Right? Some things you ain't going to be able, a bomb hitting, that's one you hardly ever going to be prepared for. But the stuff that you can be prepared for that's more likely to happen, active shooter, somebody running from the police, somebody trying to abduct one of your children. These are things that happen that are common. But if you're lucky enough that it hasn't happened to you yet, it hasn't happened to you yet. Somebody trying to abduct your wife, right? My wife, she very rarely goes places by herself, right? But that's because, I definitely don't let her go out. Not let her, but I don't. I will kick up a lot of dust But see, my wife know me, man. She won't even suggest going nowhere at nighttime. She already know me, man. I'm not gonna never let her say, hey, you know, she ain't gonna never say, hey, yeah, I'm gonna go, you know. If she go anywhere, I'm like Black Man Unfiltered, man. She go anywhere, one of my sons is going with her, and, you know, I mean, at night, very much so at night. But she don't go places where goofiness goes on, you know what I'm saying? Gangbangers, dope dealers, and all that hanging out. She don't go places like that, right? But in the event that maybe every once in a while she might say, hey, I'm going to go get some food because I was working in the kitchen. I didn't get a chance to really cook anything. I'm going to step out and go get some food for us. Well, one of my sons will go with her, or both, or all of them, whoever, whatever, depending on, you know, what they want to eat. But the point is, we got to, as men, you know, push our influence a little bit and let it be known that, hey, man, we don't think it's a good idea for you as a woman to be stepping out of the house in the evening, if at all not possible. Now, maybe you're going to, maybe the sister's going to school or something like that. Then you have to work out a program that she check in with you so you can, because if you don't, brother, in a wicked world like this world is so wicked. Look at the 9/11 situation. But Clarence, you Muslim, ain't you rolling with that? No. I ain't rolling with that kind of Islam. I don't know what that is. Right? Our book says that only God can call a jihad. Not no dude. Not no dude sitting in no cave can't call no jihad. And no disrespect, but, you know, nobody nowhere sitting on this planet can call it jihad. Only the creator of the universe can call that and say, hey, man, it's lights out, right? That's like somebody going up to Noah saying, hey, yeah, man, hey, Noah, this other dude down the street, man, Echaniah, whatever, right? Echaniah said, we, you know what we gonna do, man? We gonna turn on all the faucets and flood the whole planet. That's what we gonna do, man. We gotta sneak in everybody's house, turn all the faucets on, and then we gonna... No, man. Did God tell you that? No, God didn't tell me that. I'm just going off of what my feelings. Oh, no, man, but we can't do that. We can't do that. We got to work with God. And when God comes and say he's going to flood the planet, then we that's what we got to do. But you saying that? Nah, we can't. Well, that's the same situation that we got here, man. You know what I mean? As a Muslim who follows the teaching of the Most High Elijah Muhammad, as delineated by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, hey man, we as the men of God, we only after the guilty, man. That's the only people we want is the guilty, right? But a lot of times the guilty will hide among the innocent, right? And they'll use the innocents as a shield, right? But in this case, hey man, it came down to, you know, a disagreement between the American government and some of our Muslim brothers that don't kind of see Islam the way we see it. You know what I mean? And hey, that's their thing. But when you start killing innocent people, that's when we have to say, hey, look, man, you know, you was wrong for doing that. You was wrong for doing that. And I don't know, and see a lot of information we get, we don't know, right? None of us speak Farsi, man. We don't know, but the government will tell us, oh, this is what they said. We don't know what they said, right? We don't even know what's going on, really, to be honest with you. So I'm just talking if the reports are true. A lot of these reports may not even be true. May not even been something Islamic. May have been something internal that they did it because the American government, tell the truth, y'all, American government has been known to start shit all over the world. So the business community of America, the higher level business community of America could step in and take over some of the trade situations, right? Unfortunately, that has been the truth. So, like I said, you know, they told us that they said that this is a jihad. We don't know. We haven't talked to them to them to find out. We haven't heard from them as far as, because most of those people are not with us anymore. But we don't know. But the point is, if the reports are true and they started on their own, that would be wrong. If the American government did some shit to start this on their own, they was wrong with it. The point is, who cares who was wrong with it? Many people lost their lives. And what we got to do is, we got to say, okay, we see how wicked this situation is, right? The wickedness could be coming from either side or both sides, or who knows, right? When you're dealing with men, wickedness can come from any direction. So you got to define happiness for yourself. Define happiness for yourself. I'm happy. I got all these women. I'm happy. Oh, are you? Are you happy because you got all the women? Or are you happy because you think a bunch of other rusty, dusty ass niggas think you something because you got a bunch of different women? I'm getting all this sex, Clarence. I'm getting all this sex. Have at it. Hey man, I would never fit the happy archetype, right? Because they say you happy when you got all this money and you got all these women, and you can do all this criminal activity and not get caught. That's when you happy, right? According to the streets. But I'm happy, man. I got my granddaughter, she loved me. I got my YouTube family, they love me. I got my family, my Terra Firma family, they love me. Right? We don't always all agree all the time, but the love I got, we got love, right? That's all I need. That's all I need is love. But I'm still striving for better surroundings. I'm always going to be striving for better surroundings where the air is cleaner, the water is cleaner, everything's better. I'm always going to be striving. But I ain't never taken for granted what God has done for me. I'm never going to take that for granted. Because you looking at a man that was once dead. You think Lazarus was dead. Lazarus ain't got nothing on me, man. I was dead. And now I'm here. All through the grace of God, man. All through the grace of God. So I never can forget that. I never can let no day go by where I don't thank this God for what he did for me. I can't. And the other half of that is, I remember when I was a possessed psychopath. I remember that. I remember God pulling me out of that. He took two strong men that kept their foot on my neck. They said, nope, we not going to give you a pass on that, Clarence. That was some dumbass shit you did. You slipping. One used to tell me all the time, he used to say, you slipping. You slipping. You keep slipping like this, you're going to end up behind somebody's jail. He used to say, you slipping, Clarence. And I hated when he said that. I hated it. And I hated it so bad, I said, you know what? I'm going to stop doing this dumb shit just because, not because I should, but just because I don't want to hear him tell me I'm slipping no more. Right? That was my reasoning. It was my I was so crazy. It wasn't the doing the right wasn't my motivation. What was my motivation was to shut this nigga up. I didn't want to hear his mouth no more. Right? But as I was going through the process, I started realizing, hey, it feel good to not be looking over my shoulder because I done did, every day because I'm out here doing this crazy nefariousness. Shout out to Patrice, right? It feel good to not be looking over my shoulder or not waiting for something to come back up and bite me on the ass. Something I did yesterday or a week ago or a year ago, right? Then when you get so comfortable in being a better person, man, you don't care if something come bite you on the ass. It can come bite you on the ass. So what? Right? All of us have sin. There's none of us that who is without sin. Right? Jesus said, let him who is without sin, what? Cast the first stone. All them dudes dropped them rocks and walked away, right? Right? What can you do? Brothers and sisters, I'm just trying to take this time to let us know that, man, we want to honor the people that passed away in the 9/11 situation. We want to honor them, man. We want to make sure that we never forget, especially the people that lost their life because they volunteered to do so, right? Because I'm telling you, ain't no amount of paycheck for most people will send them into a burning building, right? But there's some people, man, the way they internally set up, yeah, they getting a paycheck, but the building is on fire. There's people that could be burning up in there, and then maybe there's one person that could drag out of that thing alive. And if it's just that one person that they might could get out of there, they gotta go up in there. And they ain't gonna be able to sleep at night knowing that they didn't go up in there and get that person up out of there. Right? How many of them firefighters lost their life? How many of them police officers lost their life? How many people just sitting in the building lost their life? Remember what I said, man. It was some of them dudes, some of those people had to make the decision whether they was going to jump from a 100-story building or burn to death. What if you had that choice to make? You should be thanking God every day. You didn't have to make none of those choices. Some of them dudes said, man, I got a family, but I'm a firefighter. I'm wearing this uniform. That means I got to go up in there. Even if it's one person that might be alive in there, I got to go up in there and get them out of there. 100 flights. Run up 100 flights to bring people down. Huh? Come on, man. Y'all ain't. How thankful are you to God? How thankful are you to God? 9/11 is a reminder to y'all that anything is possible. Anything is possible. And this government that y'all bashing all the time, yeah, they do bad shit. There's a lot of wicked people in this government. You're right. But some of them are not so wicked. Some of them are doing some good work, man. And some of them are thwarting disasters that y'all don't even know about, man. They are breaking down stuff like that. These little terrorist organizations and their little things that they want to get off. They breaking that down. Y'all don't even know about it. Y'all don't even know about it. You just going around thinking that everything is cool. I remember when I found out that Obama had all these death threats over him, I was like, damn. He had thousands and thousands of death threats, right? Now you looking at Obama, you saying, oh man, he got it easy, ain't nothing happening. Man, imagine you and your family getting thousands and thousands of credible death threats. Come on, dog. Be thankful. There's only one person that could be helping us through this stuff, and that's God, man. That's God. One thing I know about God don't play favorites, man. God play the obedient, man. The obedient, those are the ones that get most of his attention. The disobedient probably ain't gonna get a lot of his attention, but he still put a way out. He's still even thinking about you as a disobedient person. He put people around you that you could listen. You could choose to listen to and get the ball rolling for your own salvation. Because only you can put your own salvation into motion. I can't do it. That's why I don't tell you which religion. Oh, Clarence, should I be a Muslim, or should I be a Christian, or should I be a Buddhist, or should I be a Jew, or should I be a Hebrew Israelite? What should I do? What path should I follow? I don't know. I don't know. That's something that I know that you need to find a way to connect to God. Maybe you don't want to have a structured discipline like that. Maybe you want to have just your own thing. But hey, you gotta connect to this God, because this God is here, and you have to connect some type of way. So what discipline you follow, what structure you follow, and the methodology you use to connect to this God, that's on you. That's a path you have to walk. Jesus said it better than I can. Seek and ye shall find. You got to seek that. Because as far as I know, Jesus never told you to be a Christian. Jesus never told you to be a Muslim. Jesus never told you to be a Jew. Jesus never told you to be none of this stuff. He said, just seek God, and the rest will come to you, right? If you seek the master, if you seek the one that got everything moving, you're going to move, right? Beloved, yeah, like I said, I just wanted to talk to y'all. Shout out to Patrice. She said, man, why don't you throw something together for the 9/11? I said, you're right, Patrice, I should. Both of my parents were veterans, so they would have definitely been, honoring, 9/11, man, putting their flags out or whatever, right? Yeah, man, so, and shout out to all the veterans out there. All the veterans that signed up. No draft, man. You signed up to go out there and protect millions of people you never even met, you don't even know. Whatever you out there doing, man, you in Iraq, you in Afghanistan, wherever you at out there, man, you in harm's way. No matter what you're doing, you're on the front lines, you're a nurse, you're a doctor, you on a computer team, whatever you're doing out there, you're on a logistics team, whatever you're doing. You driving, you're a delivery driver, whatever you're doing out there, in the name of the U.S. military, we thank you, and we salute you, all right? That you're the reason why we're able to have these freedoms that we have today, and we understand that, man. So shout out to everybody, man, the military, past, present, MIA, POW, everybody that was involved, that unfortunately it went sideways, and the people that was able to come home in one piece. Shout out to all of those people, right? But like I said, after shouting all them people out, we got to shout out to our beloved Creator, who has made a way for us to come this far in our lives, and be able to show our thanks, and get the goodies that we got, and help us put our mind to focus and have a discipline to achieve even more. All right, y'all. Hey, have a great day, and make sure that when you when you doing a remembrance of 9/11, don't just remember the tragic and awful events that happened. That stuff needs to be remembered as well, but also remember that you have a loving God that's out here, and you can tap in, man, and thank him that you wasn't one of the ones that was unfortunately at this location at the time. Thank him that you wasn't, and you was spared. Okay? Thank him for the first responders and everybody else who went in and tried to help all of the people that was involved in that, trapped in those towers. Thank him for all our military, past, present, and future, and the MIAs, POWs. Thank him for all of those people, man. And pray for everybody's safe return that isn't here. All right? All right, y'all. Family, I'll talk to y'all later. And remember, anything is possible. So try as much as you can to prepare yourself for the unexpected. All right, y'all. Peace.